Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. And today we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers potentially signing Clint Capela this free agency, as the Lakers have been linked as one of the teams that could potentially sign Clint Capela. It's already been reported that he's most likely to leave the Atlanta Hawks this offseason. So the Lakers, so this is a report by NBA Central, the Lakers have been showing interest in Nick Claxton, Robert Williams III, and Walker Kessler on the trade market, while also monitoring Brook Lopez and Clint Capela as potential backups to whoever they acquire as their starting center, per Anthony Oren, Los Angeles. Sources close to the team said over and over again that the internal plan is to trade for their starting center. Sources say they've held conversations with other teams about Nick Claxton, Robert Williams, Walker Kessler, and others, then ideally use the taxpayer mid-level on his backup. Brook Lopez and Clint Capela are the two names most often linked to the Lakers. It's a solid plan that they're considered likely to be able to execute. So, now Clint Capela would be eyed as the backup in this situation. As I just read, the trade targets for their starter are Robert Williams, who, if I were the Lakers, I would stay away from. I think Robert Williams is a great player, but he's only played 61 games the last 3 seasons. He played 61 games in the 2021-22 season. So he played the same amount of games in the 21-22 season as he has in the last 3 years. But then I think targets like Walker Kessler and Nick Claxton are two guys I would try to keep focus on if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. I feel like it might be a little bit easier to trade for Walker Kessler potentially than Nick Claxton, because Nick Claxton has a $25 million salary. You're going to have to trade more players to get Walker Kessler you're going to have to trade more players to get Nick Claxton than you would Walker Kessler, because Walker Kessler's salary is only $5 million. Now, another thing that might make you want to trade for Nick Claxton more than Walker Kessler is Nick Claxton is under contract 3 years, and then Walker is 2 years. But I think Walker Kessler would be the best fit of the three guys you talk about trade-wise, because he is the best. I think out of all the guys on this list, and including Clint, who I love so much as a Rockets fan who's witnessed Clint Capela, one of my favorite Rockets, ever, that I've witnessed. I'm not gonna say of all time, because there are a lot of greats that I didn't watch that I love a lot more than Clint Capela. But of some of the, I look at the 2017-18 team. Those playoff teams with James and Clint and Chris, and Clint was probably one of my favorite players. I love the James Harden Clint Capela lob. I would say it's probably my favorite play throughout those winning years. But I love Clint. I love all the other guys on the list that are not named Walker Kessler. Walker Kessler is the best rebounder on this list. If you go back a couple years ago with Brook Lopez, you might have an argument that he's the best shot blocker on this list, but Walker Kessler is also the best shot blocker on this list. If you're the Lakers, you should be doing everything to try to get Walker Kessler through trade. Now, that doesn't affect Clint Capela or Brook Lopez, because they are also being eyed. Like, the Lakers might trade for someone else and then sign one of Clint Capela and Brook Lopez, as I read. So I think the best fit as a free agency addition compared to Clint Capela and Brook Lopez, I would say you could view it in different ways. If you're looking for a three-point shooter after trading for Walker Kessler, the best fit is Brook Lopez. He can knock it down for you. And I guess you would say you're not looking for another shot blocker and rebounder after adding in Kessler, because Capela would be that. So maybe Lopez might be more of a fit. But I think what Capela, for the Los Angeles Lakers bringing in Clint Capela, he would be so dangerous bringing him in next to Luka. Luka has played next to lob threats. Look how well he did with Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford in the playoffs. A couple years ago, 2023-24 postseason. And having the double lob threat like he had with Gafford and Lively was dangerous. And with Lopez is a great player. Both Lopez and Kessler, you don't have the double lob threat. You have a lob threat in Kessler, who's great defensively and rebounding, and then Lopez, who's great shot blocking and is a great three-point shooter. But with Capela, I would say Capela is probably more of a lob threat than Walker Kessler is. And maybe I'm biased as a Rockets fan, but I've seen that so much with the Rockets, and I've seen it with him with Trae Young in Atlanta. If you look at it, Clint Capela's always played with on a team that has a great facilitating point guard to throw the lob to you. With James Harden in Houston and Clint Capela, and Trae Young in Atlanta, and so it would happen again if it's going to LA with Luka, but. So I think that's why you'd bring him in. You have two lob threats in Kessler and Capela, just like Luka had in Dallas during that playoff run with Lively and Gafford. So that's why I would target Capela and Kessler. I know you don't you don't add any 3-point shooting with those two guys, as you could add in Lopez and Kessler, but I think Capela would be the best fit. And the tough thing is if you trade Kenneth for Kessler, then you're also just still losing 3-point shooting. But I guess you just target 3-point shooting through the trade deadline if you're the Lakers. Let me know your thoughts on the potential signing for the Lakers. I think this would be a great signing and a great fit for the Los Angeles Lakers. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.